Hello, welcome. My name's Phil Taylor from bodylanguagematters.com, and today we're going to be looking at the Dominic Cummings interview over 2020 lockdowns and what actually happened. Now, this is an interesting topic, or actually part of the interview. It's not the whole lot because this was going on for hours and hours, and this is just something that I picked up on, and I thought, wow, this is some good body language. It's only 10 minutes long. I want to know if you like this sort of topic, if you like this sort of content, then please drop some comments below, like and subscribe, because everybody says that. But if you don't, just drop some comments. If you like it, let me know, and we'll do some more of these sort of interviews over the course, and the body language analysis as well over the course of the year. If not, don't worry, we won't. We'll go back to pop culture and whatever's popular at the time. I enjoy this. I'm a body language enthusiast. I've done a few courses. I've read many books on the topic as well. I'm also a close-up magician, so I get to interact with lots of different people throughout my time as a magician and understand a little bit about body language as well and human analysis. I'm not perfect. I'm still learning it, but this is the way that I'm learning it as well, and I want to share it with you guys. So please like and subscribe. I am no genius at this. So if you notice something or pick up something that I don't know, then please drop a comment below. So let's get into this because this is interesting. The first question is a very hard question. And then once the question's been asked and the answer's been given by Dominic, then there's some evidence towards why they think he actually is what he is. You'll see what I mean in a second when we get to that. And then you'll see the part where we analyze the body language. It's around about 5 minutes in, something along those lines. So please stick with it. If not, fast forward it to that bit and you'll get to see the analysis of the body language and what I really think and why I think it's interesting as well. So let's cut to that now. Here we go.
Did you treat individuals in Downing Street with offence and misogyny, Mr.
That is a very, very, very damning question.
Cummings?
Certainly not.
Could we have...
And his answer to that is certainly not. It's very stark and yeah, it's very stark and directed towards. But look at his body language right now, where he is, where he's looking, where he's positioned now. I don't know how far into this interview this is. This could be hours long. He could have been there for quite some time, but he's almost a gasp. If you look at his face right now, it's like, are you really asking me that question? Leaning forward, so he's in an active state and he's ready to go. Now, watch. Let's carry on.
283369, please, an extract from Mr. Johnson's Fight Back WhatsApp group. Page 37.
You can almost sense the contempt on, almost like he has to do this guy. I don't know who this is. The interviewer here, I don't know who he is, but he adjusts his tie and he's like, all right, ready, here we go. This is what we're going to prove to you right now. Glasses off to read. Interesting.
Just to pick up the thread of the chronology, if you could scroll in on the top of the page. We could see that the first WhatsApp is the 21st of August, 2020. Mr. Johnson says the mail has fucked up remnants of my Scottish break, so back in Chequers and in a thoroughly homicidal mood. We need a plan for the Department of Education, PermSec, better ministers, reform. There is then some communication between him and Mr. Kane and you at the bottom of the page. And then over the page, please, to page 38. You say this at 12:20. If I have to come back to Helen's bullshit with PET, was that propriety and ethics?
Yes.
Part of the Cabinet Office, or number 10. Designed to waste huge amounts of my time so I can't spend it on other stuff. I'll personally handcuff her and escort her from the building. Had you got form, Mr. Cummings, for arranging for people to be escorted from number 10 before?
You shouldn't believe everything you read in the newspapers. That story is not accurate.
He didn't answer the question. Have you got form for escorting people from number 10? And he just did, it's a yes or a no answer, and you shouldn't believe everything you read in the newspapers. Blatantly, This you can see this right now. If that's on a work WhatsApp group, work phone, work thread, he clearly has no idea or doesn't care that these things could be used in any sort of evidence against him. In my opinion, like, just doesn't have a clue. Lives in a different world to most people, I would think. Just judging from the first sort of few seconds of it, it's like what is going on?
I don't care how it's done, but that woman must be out of our hair. We cannot keep dealing with this horrific meltdown of the British state while dodging stilettos from that cunt.
I can't even repeat that, but like, how could you even how could you even say that about somebody actually on a WhatsApp text group? You know, at least like, it's a joke, really, isn't it? Like, it really is. It's beyond words, if you ask me. It's like, if you say it face to face, 1-on-1, but actually to put it out there on a WhatsApp work group is just crazy, in my opinion. I love this guy's stern look. There's like, oh.
Page 10 of 283-282. We got to get Helen out of cab off. She's fucking up Frosty. She's fucking up me and Case. She's trying to get Spads fired and cause trouble on multiple fronts. Can we get her in Monday for chat re her moving to community local government or DFT Department for Trade? We need her out ASAP, building millions of lovely houses. If you go back one page to page 7, please, 3 pages in the same document, we will see a way in which you speak of a professional scientist who gave his time and...
Do you know what I'm finding interesting of this guy? I'm looking at his hands as well, and as he's asking the questions, he's sort of pacifying on the pen. Then he takes his glasses off, and then he grabs the pen in his right. And let me just point this out to you. He grabs the pen here in his left hand, and you can see it's almost like he's clenching his fists. Let me just go back a little bit.
On page to page 7,
His
please.
hands here.
3 pages in the same document. We will see a way in which you speak of a professional scientist who gave his time and considerable amounts of energy to Sage, Professor Neil Ferguson. A third of the way down, we should get someone to hammer Ferguson.
So for me, right now, this is where it starts to get interesting from a body language aspect as we analyse his nonverbal cues and what is going on. This is Dominic Cummings.
Mr. Cummings, was that aggressive and foul-mouthed and misogynistic approach the correct way to manage fellow professionals?
Just think about that for a question right there. Just think about if you're being asked that question. How are you even going to I mean, that just implies that you've actually said it to a point. But right now, you can see this is the body language that I wanted to talk about. So when I talk about active state and sort of relaxed passive state, so you've got forward right now, but you've also got backwards in the sense of he's falling forward, he's thinking. This is a classic thinking position, hand on the chin, and almost, I say this is more like a thoughtful, relaxed position. Now, this is where body language is like in the English language in the context around what's going on. Sometimes body language can have 2 or 3 different meanings depending on the context. We always have to read in clusters as well, clusters of information. That's where there's a shift within the frame of the normal, natural body language. Not that this is a natural position for anyone to be in, but it's an interesting one nevertheless to see. And you'll see what I mean in a second. I'll point it all out to you, what I'm seeing. Again, if you've got any comments, drop them below. Let's just see if I've missed anything, please drop some comments below, or you want to ask any questions again, drop some comments below.
I don't know what the Ferguson thing is referring to, but in terms of Helen and the situation in the Cabinet Office, you need to understand.
So right now he's leant back. Now, usually what I class as a more composed or more relaxed position is to lean back, but here he's trying to pull away from the question. And again, he's crossed his arms. Now, a lot of people in body language dismiss this and say, oh, it doesn't mean anything, crossed arms. But in this case, I think it does. I think he's actually self-soothing. He's hugging himself or pacifying himself with his arms up, and he's hugging his arms, and he's covering his sort of vital organs with his with his left. Sorry, his right arm. So he's really bracing himself for this as well. And you'll also notice a blink rate increase. So just keep your eye on the eyes as well. The blink rate increase will absolutely go up, and it'll go through the roof. So you know right now it's going to be something that he's trying to avoid, but he's in this situation. And you'll also notice some eye blocks. When I talk about eye blocks, he's closing his eyes almost to block it out. Exactly in this frame right now, he's sort of closing eyes, and that's what an eye block looks like. Okay, so let's get on with it.
And the Prime Minister had, first of all, tried to sack the Cabinet Secretary.
Okay, keep your eye on his thumb as well. You'll see it starts shifting around back and forth. Keep your eye on his thumb. And also, you'll notice he's verbal. What he's saying, he's stuttering and stammering. We haven't seen this before in the interview, or I haven't yet as yet. So, yeah.
And then botched it, and he was still there. Then he'd said to everyone that he wanted Helen to be removed as well, and that he'd lost confidence in Helen. The new Cabinet Secretary had said that he wanted to have the authority to change both the PPS and choose his deputy, i.e. Helen. The Prime Minister had then...
Deep breaths, clarification. I think this has already been a rehearsed answer as well. You can see his hands are still going. He's clasping himself tight. He's almost going smaller in his frame as well.
Trolleyed back on this as well. So we were in this absolutely nightmare situation where the PM had made clear that he didn't have confidence in either of the two senior officials, had said to people he was going to remove them. Then he...
And then there again, we just saw a sort of not a tongue jerk, but a taste. Or you see his mouth. He almost clears his mouth. Now this is either protein or a distaste in your mouth.
Had made clear that he didn't have confidence in either of the two senior officials. Had said to people he was going to remove them. Then he didn't.
So had said to people he's going to remove them. So he didn't like that idea of that. And that's what the mouth was there.
Remove them for week after week. This led to an absolutely nightmare situation. Now, my language about Helen is the language is obviously...
Oh, some really big stutters there. He's like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Search for the words.
Appalling. And actually, I got on well with Helen at a personal level. But 1,000...
Okay, so he's dismissed this as on a personal level. He said he got on with her, but as in within work, maybe he didn't.
1,000 times worse than my bad language is the underlying issue at stake, that we had a Cabinet Office system that had completely melted, and the Prime Minister had...
Okay, so now he's building a narrative for his argument as well, and this is called crooked thinking or crooked knowledge, I think it is as well. So where you sort of use one extreme to lessen the other one as well.
Begun the process of changing the senior management and then stopped. So me and other people were desperately trying to build a new system with a new Cabinet Secretary over this period in order to get ready for September.
Okay, we saw the tongue in the mouth and now he's illustrating his points. And now he's not closed off, so now he's telling a story about what he feels was more important, and therefore he's more confident around this answer. So therein lies just a short clip of some body language analysis on Dominic Cummings as he talks about the chaos within Downing Street. I thought it was really interesting. Again, if you want to see some more, I'm more than happy to do some more of these types of interviews and analysis around this topic as well. Like and subscribe, drop some comments below. Let me know what you think you saw as well, if I missed anything. And again, thank you for watching, and check out bodylanguagematters.com. Goodbye.